The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. This is very scientific and incredibly experiential. So let me explain. The thoughts you repeat become your habits, they become your beliefs, they become the patterns that you use to understand and make meaning of the world. These type of people make me feel this way. This is what I think about fill in the blank, right? I don't like this. I do like this. You're always creating ideas and perceptions of how the world is for you in particular. And we all do this. The key is to become aware enough of your thoughts and the way they are shaping your life so that you can do something about them, so that you can make a change if necessary. Our thoughts become things. And I invite you to try this for yourself. Observe. Are you flexible when it comes to your thoughts? Are you more rigid? Are you willing to adapt? Are you someone that evolves easily? You see how the different types of thoughts create a different quality in you, right? I'm someone that moves on easily, for me it's hard to move on, right? For me, I'm a very rigid person. Like, whatever the thought is, become aware of how each one has its own frequency, its own color, its own vibration. And this is transformative. This completely changes the game for you, because now you become much more aware that whatever you're experiencing in your life can be shifted, can be transformed simply by changing your thoughts about it. So, what is your relationship to money? What is your relationship to the life that you get to live? You have all these dreams, these visions of what is possible, what kind of a life, what kind of an earth you want to live in, with community, with friends, with ease, with abundance, where life happens magically for you. It supports you and your expression. But if you have resistant thoughts, if you have limiting thoughts in the way of that, it's going to be much harder for you to manifest that life and become very aware and very willing to accept that the life you are currently living, the life that you see around you, is simply an expression of the thoughts you've been having. And the moment you can change the thought about it, your life will begin to shift. It's really a beautiful scientific process. You don't have to believe me, put it to practice. Make it a priority for you, for your own being, for your own existence, to become mindful of your thoughts, become aware of how you're thinking, right? Because it's not about having a new language, even though in a way you do make that shift of using new words, right, to describe the same thing, right? Even to the point of how you relate to yourself, right? Do you think of yourself as this physical, dense body? Do you think of yourself more in the mind, like you're a mental being? Do you relate as a spiritual being, as an astral being? Do you relate to yourself as God, as an expression of the divine? However you label yourself in a way, or you shape yourself with the words you use, that is what you will see reflected back into your life. So become totally sober and lucid with your thoughts. Meditate every day and listen to what's happening on in your mind, in the field of your mind, so that you can start to see what you are thinking. And once you become aware of the thinking, you don't just think blindly, but you become aware, you observe the thinking itself. You then enter into a quantum space where you can actually reprogram your mind, reprogram your thoughts for whatever you want to experience. So make the change for your life. Make the change through the thoughts you're having. Become aware of the quality of the thoughts. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Are you being loving and kind? Are you being reassuring? Are you being soft and graceful with yourself? Do you give yourself the grace to make mistakes, to learn, to take whatever time is necessary for you to grow into the full tree that you know you are? You can't rush life. You can't rush a tree to produce fruit. It needs all the right ingredients, all the right circumstances for it to express itself fully. And in the same way, we need that reassurance. We need that stability. We need that ease, that flow that only you can give yourself. Because everything around you, everything you see, is a reflection giving you signs, giving you messages. You and life are the same, right? And there's another shift in the language we use. There isn't separation, right? You and I are not separate. And if you can shift into that mindset through the words, through the thoughts you're having, where you're no longer separate, but where you start to realize I and self and the world are one, God and I are one, everything is part of the same field of energy and consciousness. Therefore, I can never be alone. There's nothing to be afraid of. Everything I see is a reflection of me. Do you see how that completely shifts the game? It shifts the paradigm. I am no longer separate. I am no longer alone. I am held and supported by everything. And if I believe that, that is what I will start to experience in my everyday life. There is nothing to be afraid of. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to resist. Everything is an extension of self. And you and I are part of that self as well. There is no way for us to be outside of this thing, like which is mind, which is consciousness. And the beauty of it, it is a neutral mirror. It lets you decide what you want to think about, what you want to experience. So become aware of the quality of the thoughts you're having. It's quite impossible to stop thinking totally. That would mean you're no longer a human in this human realm, right? You would become something else and you would transcend. But for this time being, for this short time that you are a human, become mindful of the thoughts you're having, of their quality, because that will shape the life you're living. Please become aware, become a student of your thoughts, become a master of your thoughts so that you can embody the life, the quality, the characteristics that you want, that you know are who you truly are. And make peace, make friends, and release all your limiting thoughts and beliefs because those are not truly who you are. You are eternal, you are boundless, you are an expression of the divine, and life itself is your playground, it's an extension of you. So become mindful of your thoughts, transform them so that you can live the life you're meant to. I love you, and I'm sending you so much love, so much green, green, green love. Be well, my friend. Until the next one.